NuCalm has taken 33 years and $42 million of patented clinically proven neuroscience that used to be a 4-component complex $6,000 device into a mobile app. And on that app, there are 6 channels. So you as a consumer get to choose. How do I want to feel right now at this moment? And how do I want to activate this and get to a state without drugs or side effects? So deep sleep is used at night. It's used through a speaker. It is not binaural signal processing. It's called isochronic waveform. So through a speaker at night, you put on deep sleep, and within minutes, it simply cycles your brainwave down to 0.5 hertz and puts you to sleep. It's an 8-hour track, and along that journey of sleep, you're filling in gaps in your sleep architecture, and your sleep efficiency is improving. Then we have rescue, power nap, and flow state. These are the core clinical therapeutic values of NuCalm. Rescue has been used in over 2 million surgical procedures, replacing general anesthesia with people being operated on listening to our physics. This is the key, this is the patents and all the stuff we've done across the years with cancer and multiple sclerosis and addiction and trauma and surgical procedures. Rescue is the key cornerstone neuroacoustic software of NuCalm. Rescue is the key for any athlete and any fan who is so excited, they get so amped up for the game, and then you win, you're amped up, and you lose, you're so disappointed. Rescue is something you do after performance for recovery. Reset my mind, reset my body, lower my stress response, raise my rest response. When I raise my rest response, I can be more patient, more present, more clear-headed, more focused, more energized, more calm. I'm not sabotaged by anxiety and fear and other people's concerns and worries. So rescue, power nap, and flow state are the recovery elements. Then we have focus. Focus was just released in July of 2022. It took us 7 years to create this. Focus oscillates your brain between 15 and 20 hertz. There's a specific frequency that correlates to high levels of clarity, concentration, and comprehension, and that's 18.4 hertz. The human brain can only stay in a thinking process like this clear focus for 15 to 20 minutes. Called the Pomodoro technique. So for about 15 to 20 minutes, we can be focused. Then you'll notice your mind starts to distract and we reach diminished returns. Well, not with physics, you don't. So we have a 47-minute full focus track. You put headphones on and you are laser focused on what you're trying to accomplish. Then we have Ignite. Ignite is hugely beneficial to the professional athlete. For 6 years, we use this in confidence with 56 professional sports teams and across the Department of Defense, literally putting this into the hands or into the heads of Special Forces, Air Force Special Operations Command, Navy SEALs, etc. Ignite oscillates your brain starting at 15 hertz in a 14-minute neuroacoustic software journey all the way up to 40 hertz where you're fully activated and ready to prepare for any performance, and you will have an unstoppable feeling of absolute certainty. Let me repeat that. An unstoppable feeling of absolute certainty. You will achieve anything you set your mind to, because there is no distraction and you are fully activated, so you have full access to all of your muscle memory and all of your training.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and we're sharing all the different parts of the day. It's because we are an international company in so many countries around the world, and we are very, very, very excited to share with you this information that we're going to take about, I would say, within 35 minutes or so to share with you. This is something that Tammy and I are very, very passionate about. The key is we want to age gracefully. This has always been part of our goal, and I'm grateful because my wife has helped me make some good decision when it comes to our choice of eating and habits and so forth. And the fact is, we have been in a space of supplementing for decades. We've done extremely well with that. We don't need to vent. The fact is, we made a career out of that. And we are living into a digital age right now. Everything is changing. Everything is digital. And we found something that is digital, but it is equally important for our health. And that's why we're so excited to share this with you. So we want to thank you for joining in here. If you feel welcome to go into the chat and just mention where you are joining us from. That's always, always exciting. Don't be shy. If you have any comments, questions, post them in there. We will address them. And here's one thing, folks. If you like what we share here this evening, smash that like button. Let's tell the algorithm that this is information that people need to hear. So back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, do you hear me well, Chris?
Loud and clear. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, Chris and we're super excited to partner with these gentlemen. We got a chance to spend some personal time with them. Anybody who knows Chris and I know that we've been in the industry for many, many, many years. And recently, looking at this new company, we're more and more impressed every single day when we get to meet the owners, but at the same time listening to all the videos. And yeah, I believe that we're at the right time in our industry and in our timing in the global industry. So Stuart Finger, he's super passionate. He's such a servant leader. It was wonderful to have some personal time with him, and he's had a lot of experience in the network marketing industry, and he's built large networks, so we can totally relate to that. And he started his own company called Xosialx, which is what you're learning about this evening. And so it was a little over 10 years ago. And he has a co-partner, co-founder, David Darkangelo, and he introduced Jim Poole to Stu. And in conversation, he was sharing his stuff about the NuCalm, and that's when this partnership came together. So it's Xosialx powered by NuCalm, and it's amazing.
I totally agree, Tammy. And just to add a little bit of the history, and this matters to us because where you come from and where you are often is an indication of where you're going. And Tammy and I are in our 60-year-old young. And I say young because we feel young. But the fact is, we don't have time to waste anymore. And it's important that if we focus on a company that provides a product that is tangible for the general consumers out there, that it's something that will be long term. And a little bit of history is for the past 10 years, this company was in the space of the CBD area. And then they shifted into non-CBD products to the mist nanotechnology. Now, tonight, we're not going to cover a lot about the products, but of course there will be other trainings and sessions. We really want to focus on NuCalm here tonight. And they partnered, I would say, about between 4 to 5 months ago. Folks, this is really young. But what's exciting is the technology is not young. And that's what we're going to be sharing with you right now.
Yeah, and for the first time ever, a digital health product has been dropped into our space, which is really exciting because Chris and I, we've been part of Eric Worre's mastermind for many years. And there was one thing that he said to us quite a few years ago. And that's when all the changes were happening about 5 years ago. You guys know exactly what we're talking about. And he was saying if a network marketing company doesn't bring in a digital product, they probably won't survive. And we've seen so many companies fold over the years. And so we're super, super excited because of this. It's a product that's got more validated results and credibility than any wellness product that we've seen in the marketplace. And 36 years in the making. Dr. Holloway is the creator of this medical device, which, you're going to hear more about it, that it started out for strictly doctors. And he connected with Jim Poole for business because he wanted to get his device marketed, and they partnered together, and they patented, is clinically proven, and now exclusively for Xosialx globally. So that's super, super exciting. And NuCalm is the only platform of its kind. It's awarded 2 US patents, and the ability to control and balance our nervous system. And FDA approved. Like, there's so many credible things here that we want to share with you, but we have a certain amount of time. So tonight is more of an intro. But let's talk about the market, because I think that's really important. As I kind of stepped into that 5 years that we were used to, all the changes that happened, all the kids having to be homeschooled, people weren't allowed to see each other. I don't want to go into the politics of all that, but all of that caused a lot of stress in families, right? And there's 2 major concerns that are fueling the universal global health crisis, and that's chronic stress and sleep challenges. And everybody that we talk to are going through this stuff. If they're not going through it themselves personally, it's within their families, right? And every single day we're dealing with war, conflict, economy, instability, and social media overload. And we're baby boomers, right? So that's a big thing for us because we didn't grow up in this era. And so the human race is in critical condition, and we all know it, right? It's uncertain. Everybody has stress, fear, anxiety, worry, and this is why Chris and I are so excited about this project, because the NuCalm has been working tremendously for us, and we're going to be sharing that with you a little bit later.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact here, folks, is stress doesn't just stay in your mind, it affects the entire body, right? The sleep stress cycle is the root cause of so many of the top health concerns that we are exposed to today. These are serious issues. Chronic stress age you faster and creates poor sleeps precisely when restorative sleep is very important. Have you noticed, folks, that depending on where you are in your stage in your life, that you tend to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and the brain start racing, and you're kind of struggling to go back to sleep. It's frustrating because you're frustrating. It wakes you up, and it takes longer to go back. So you wake up in the morning super tired. Well, there's a consequences to that, and it increased the heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and the fact is, sleeping, it is such an important aspect, and NuCalm is helping us with this. One thing that I want to share very quickly here, I don't know why, but often at around 3:30, sometime 2:30, I wake up and then my mind starts racing. And we'll talk to you about the different frequencies that are out there. But then I was listening to this, and even though I woke up, I eventually went to sleep, and I woke up in the morning super rested. How in the heck is this working? So the fact is, I know before and after, I would wake up in the morning feeling really tired. Now I feel very rested. Folks, you have to try this. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm always saying, don't take our word for it. Just try it. And that's what we did. We actually spent some time trying it before we even told anybody. And so without question, energy and frequency healing awareness, it's out there now. It's on the rise, and people are aware of it. However, what people need to know is this is not a trend. This is proven neuroscience. And with NuCalm, they've got a track record. It's developed, it's 36 years of development, right? And they have 52 member medical advisory board members that are leading doctors or scientists, they're researchers, and it's been used in many different areas, in sports, in FBI, in military, in all kinds of things that you're going to hear about as you dig in more, understanding what this is. But it's been used 2.7 million in 2.7 million surgical procedures.
That blew me away
as an alternative general anesthetic. When I heard that, I said, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I agree, Tammy. And the fact here is, again, 78 professional sports teams, and you hear about it. There are so many stories, and we'll share with you some of the tools that comes with this package. Absolutely amazing, that actually will bring all of this into perspective just at the fingertips for you to share that with any of your social network. Absolutely amazing. As Tammy said earlier, it's been approved by U.S. military, Special Forces, Navy SEAL, and the Air Force. As she said earlier, the FBI, the collaboration with Tony Robbins. Folks, Tammy and I have spent so much of our resources to rub shoulders with these people. Now you have it at the palm of your hand. I'm telling you, it's amazing what we got here. Absolutely amazing. This is a product that honestly everybody can really utilize. And here's again a testimony from Tony Robbins, where NuCalm is a tool for creating balance in your mind and body. I highly recommend that, to use that. And of course, as a predictable, safe, and effective technology to manage your stress, improve your sleep quality, and provide a foundation for massive success. By doing this every day, you literally train your nervous system to function at its best. That's coming from one of the mentors of our time, Anthony Robbins. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, so now we're going to get into the app. I love that it's so simple. You can see here the different states that you can be in. I'm going to go through them briefly, but we just wanted to show you the availability on right from a device, right? So it doesn't matter where you are. You can. It's like a thermostat, right? When you need to turn up the thermostat because you need the energy, you need the focus, you need the clarity, you need that. But then you can turn it down when you need to calm. And we haven't even gone through most of the stuff that's already there. We definitely have our favorites, which we'll always share with people.
Absolutely.
But you get to choose the frequency of a quick push of a button, and then
Tammy, let's play a little
and
video.
There's 8 programs.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's dozens of tracks, and you'll know when you get yours. So every day you can use it throughout the day. Chris and I probably do it 3-4 times a day, different states, and we're loving it.
Especially in the morning when we do our walk on priming. Let's play a little video just to kind of share with the folks exactly how this works. Let's check this out together.
What if you could simply change the channel on stress, worry, and anxiety, or flip the adrenaline switch in your brain anytime you needed? What if you could simply change the channel on stress, worry, and anxiety, or flip the adrenaline switch in your brain anytime you needed? You can. We all can. With NuCalm. NuCalm isn't a revolution. It's an evolution in the way we take care of ourselves. With over 3 decades of research and development, NuCalm's patented neuroacoustic software is clinically proven to create a physiological state change in your brain and body. With nothing more than your headphones and our mobile app, NuCalm gives you a suite of powerful tools that put the power of your brain in the palm of your hand. The human brain operates in a narrow band of frequency ranges, typically referred to as brainwaves. Each type of brainwave is associated with a different type of brain function. Throughout the day, your brain's frequency changes based on whether you're tired, anxious, nervous, excited, hungry, or anything in between. These frequency changes are normal, but not normally under our control, often forcing us to fight against our brain to achieve our goals, with a wide variety of detrimental side effects. That's where NuCalm comes in. NuCalm's patented neuroacoustic software reliably and safely interacts with your brain to speed up or slow down your brainwave frequencies using nothing more than your headphones, like a tuning fork. Our clinically proven neuroscience gives you the power to change the channel on stress, poor sleep, or lack of focus, or to turn up the adrenaline when it's time to perform its best. Unlike typical stress apps, meditation, or binaural beat apps, NuCalm's journeys are engineered with the world's only patented, clinically proven neuroacoustic software designed to naturally guide your brain to different frequency states on demand. In fact, a single NuCalm journey contains nonlinear algorithms and dynamic frequencies that can exceed 2 gigabytes of data. Stop letting life determine your frequency and start working with your brain, not against it. NuCalm is the power of clinical neuroscience in the palm of your hand.
Here, let's briefly talk about it, because I think that's really important, because no one can copy this at all. And it took 32 years to study and map the frequencies of the human brain. And NuCalm's patented technology uses complex physics, mathematics, and algorithms that are built into software that lies beneath the music. You can see and feel it going back and forth. In this aeroacoustic software, it presents the brain with a signal via the auditorio motor cortex, and the brain follows the signal. It's so cool. You can feel it as it's happening. And here's the key. Because it uses nonlinear oscillations, your brain can't adapt and tune it out the way it does with standard binaural beats, because we've all heard different stuff. And this is so unique. That patented neuroscience is what separates NuCalm from any other all frequencies, devices, or programs that are out there today. So you can confidently talk to people knowing what you have in your hands. And yeah, so we get really excited talking about this. All right, so there's 8 journeys, and we mentioned the different states. You got a chance to watch the video, so I won't go too much into it. So the next slide, Chris, that's when you're going into the different states. So you have the sleep state. Earlier on the other slide, sorry, I didn't stay there, but that's the rescue and the sleep, the nap one, the power nap. I love the power nap. That one works so well. For 20 minutes, you lay down, doesn't matter where you are, as long as you got a headset. And if it's during the day, you want to tone out the light, right? And you could be anywhere. You could be sitting in your office and just totally tune out for 20 minutes. It's like having a 2-hour nap. But the one here that I'm sharing is the deepest sleep. And this one, you can do the plus, which is more for, it'll go for about 20 minutes. Like there's different ones, so you can choose which ones you want. But then there's ones that'll go 8 hours, 10 hours, and it just puts you in that deepest sleep where the body is healing at the cellular level. All right. So that's the deepest sleep. And you've got the focus. This one I absolutely love because I can have a squirrel brain. We've got so many things going on, Chris and I, and working from home, being a wife and knowing all these things that we need to do as women, I can get all over the place. But when I work on a project, I get really focused with this. I'm really, really enjoying this one. And then the next one, Ignite. Chris and I we train regularly, and peak performance is, we're always competing against each other, having fun in our 60s, we're lifting more weights than we thought we could ever lift. And we listened to this before to put us in a state.
You know what, Tammy?
Just,
Didn't want to. Sorry for interfering. This one here, I love utilizing this when we walk in the morning. You know, when you do those 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour walk, there's a few of them you can select, and it's phenomenal, and it will get your day started. Sorry, back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, there's one called Unstoppable, and I was just motoring it just a few days ago, and Chris, he caught up to me and he goes, "What are you listening to?" And I said, "Unstoppable."
Are you on a mission?
He went and programmed Ignite so he could keep up with me. It was fun. You got to have fun with this, right? And then flow state. I love flow state because I'm a creative being. I used to be a swimsuit designer. I owned a manufacturing company, and I love design. I just love it. And it just helps you get into that creativity state, like in the zone. You get so focused in your creativity. They call it the secret weapon of productivity. That's what it is. I love this one as well. And then priming, I think everybody needs to listen to this one. I mean, you've got Tony Robbins there. You've got Roger Love. You've got Jim Quick. And you've got Jim Quick is recognized as the brain coach. And then you got Mark Victor Hansen. And there's things like money mindset, because there's a lot of challenges today about money. It's like setting your mind back to abundance, right? And then this rock star mindset, that one's really good as well. So there's some great stuff here, and there's so much of it. You're just going to absolutely love it. And one more thing that I wanted to show you is because it really speaks deep into the science part of it. And I'm just learning myself, to be honest with you. So the vagus nerve is the longest nerve in the body, and it's the most complex of the 12 cranial nerves. And it's direct communication highway. That's what it is, between your brain and your organs. So your body, right? So it regulates your heart rate. It controls digestion. It manages breathing, which is really important. People are just not breathing right today. It reduces inflammation. It connects the gut-brain axis. Roughly 80% of its fibers carry signals from the gut to the brain, which is why gut feelings are a real neurological phenomenon. I mean, when I hear this, I just get so excited.
I agree, Tammy. And you know what's really cool with the app? You'll notice here, once you have the app installed, there's a little icon on the bottom there, and when you click that, then you have the option to record yourself. You just speak to your phone for about 35, not about, for 35 seconds, and what it will do, it will accurately test and ties into your vagus nerve that Tammy talked about via your voice. See, you can lie, but your voice can't. After the test is suggested, your NuCalm program will actually give you some recommendation as to what to use. Phenomenal. You can do this in real time. You can do it as often as you want, and it will give you a number, obviously from 0 to 100%. And you tend to want to stay within the green area. Anywhere below that, that's something that you need to address. Absolutely phenomenal. That's something that I love. So
Yeah,
right now
and it's
we,
a great signal,
yeah,
Chris, when you do that test and you know exactly what you need to listen to. It's phenomenal.
agreed. And what I really like with the company is that they provide also guidance. See, we talked about the NuCalm. If you're here and you don't know what's going on, you're just curious you can actually, and we'll tell you exactly how to start in a minute. You can just try the NuCalm app if you want. But if you want to go a little further, there's also what we call a Xosialx University. Now, Tammy and I have spent an enormous amount of resources to rub shoulders with millionaires. I've never really rubbed shoulders with a billionaire, well, as far as I can tell. And in this program that is available for you is you actually can listen to mentors, billionaires, millionaires. In fact, I believe these are mainly billionaires that are going to share their story. And you will find that you can relate to these people. They're not all that different from us, but they do things a little different. And in fact, there's a little segment that I want to share with you just so you can hear a little bit of what they're talking about here. Let's check this out together.
Now, these are huge numbers that we're talking about. These are international bangers, right? But what is the difference between a video that can get 10 million views and a video that is getting 100?
I said, I'm not the 1%. I'm the 1% and I'm the 99%. I'm 100%. I started out with no money.
I just saw him release a quote that I absolutely love and I'm going to own it. Snoop said, when you come from nothing, you appreciate everything.
And so I help people who are controlled by their money understand how to take control and how to convert that so that they are in control of their money.
I got 4 standing ovations and got off the stage and went into depression. Whoa. Because I couldn't get my income past $40,000 a month. And I thought I was a failure. Duh.
You know, I met a 102-year-old person here in Florida that, let's just say they bought their first home at 20 years old. They've been paying the government 82 years because it never ends.
So I come home and my wife walks downstairs. So they got to run to the store, jumped in the only car we had and took off. When I got upstairs to the apartment, there's all the clothes piled in the middle of the room with my little 2.5-year-old son there and a big note that said, sorry, I just can't be a mom anymore.
19 million views in 24 hours and gained me 102,000 followers. And I hate that my back had to be against the wall for me to just be myself.
Press on. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not, genius will not, education alone will not.
We don't need a lot of things. What we need is information and action. Because ideas are welcome, execution is worship.
Everybody's capable of being better, doing better, having more, reaching other goals.
And then always remember, assets are sexy.
I just love that. I just love this. So that's one of the program. And the other one, which is really important, if you want to share this information within your social network, you really, really need the Xosialx app. Tammy and I have been utilizing some of the gems that are in there that are all prepared for you, that have everything you need. And you just cut and paste the link within your contacts on your phone or within your social media platform. And once they click on the link, to look information on the bottom, there's a button for them to try that is connected with your link that you registered when you register with the company. It's all done for you. I absolutely love this. This is a great, great tool, and I highly, highly recommend it. So this is what we call the All Access Pass. So you can start with the NuCalm, which is around $42.49 a month. Folks, this is so inexpensive for everything you get. Then you have the Xosialx University. Folks, this kind of mentoring, I'm telling you, Tammy and I have spent so much of our resources, not including the flights, the hotels, the meals, and everything else to top it all up. And of course, you have the Xosialx app. And what they did is they created a package, which, by the way, is 30-day money-back guarantee. If you are not completely satisfied, you simply call the company, no question asked, and you get your money back, which is absolutely awesome. So the value here is you're paying $99.97. If I run it up to 100, you're saving about $12.50 on a monthly basis. But this is highly recommended. If you just want to try the software, then you just pay the $42. You can always upgrade on a later date. Now, what's really exciting here is I want to shift gear a little bit, because we're living in a time today where economy is shifting and people are looking for ways to subsidize their income. And folks, don't get too wrapped up in the details. I'm going to summarize what's going on here, but it's really, really brilliant. This plan is one of the unique plan I have never seen. I'll tell you exactly what I mean by that. So some of the things are very common and you probably heard before. So the way this works, as I mentioned earlier, you can start with the app and you start as a customer. And you can always upgrade to become an associate, even as a customer, without any more money invested. You just select a couple options and then boom, you're done. Now you can start promoting, and in the back office, lights up like a Christmas tree with everything you need. That's $42.49.
Links to promote. Yep.
Exactly. Now, the All Access Pass, this is where it comes in with the marketing tools, the Xosialx University. And again, these are options. Okay. This is how it works. And everything is commissionable. So when you start, let's say someone decides, I want to start with the NuCalm, you will earn $10, okay? And if they come with All Access Pass, you will earn $25. And it gets better. See, Tammy and I are used to a company where you get paid that one time and that's it. After that, you can only rely on the residual, and I'll talk about that in a minute. This one here pays you month after month after month. But to continue to get, for example, the $10 a month, okay, if you come in, let's say with the $42.49, you need to have 21 people enroll into your business to earn the 50%. What does the 50% means? Well, you see, $42.49, 50% of that is 21 CV. And the 21 CV is what is being utilized to determine how much you pay. And that 50% from 20, it's $10. That's how it works. If you come with the All Access Pass, then you can fast track that you only need 7 people. And we'll give you a system for you to get started, a game plan, which is very straightforward. Very straightforward. It's what we call a building block. But in this case, what happens is every single month that you have 1 or 20 or 100 customers, some of you I know will bring tons of people into the business, you get paid every single month $25 a month or $10 a month, depending on how many people you bring in. This is what we call the member acquisition bonus, MAB. That's paid every single month when you begin. Now it becomes very attractive. You don't get overwhelmed by all these colors and numbers. All it is, it's a 3 by 20. I'm going to stop at 7 so I don't overwhelm you. But understand, for example, you come in, you bring 3 people, and 50% of the 42.49, as I mentioned, is 21 CV. That's the 50% of the CV from what you pay. That's put into the genealogy to determine how much you earn. So 3 times 21, 2% of that is $1.26. It may not seem like a lot, but think about a penny doubling every month for 30 days. That is what we're talking about here. This, folks, is going to explode because people are looking and needing this product. They just don't know about it yet. And as this grows, as you see the second and all the way up to 7 levels, you can earn up to 6,000 cumulative in this case. But folks, it gets better than that, because some people will bring 3, some people will bring 50, some people will bring 7, some people will bring 12, some people will bring 0, right? So mixture of all. So these numbers are just an approximation based on you bringing 3 people, and the person you bring 3 people. Of course, in a perfect world, you'd be about summarizing around $6,000 a month. That's just the 7 levels. Folks, there's 20 level. This is crazy. And that's just if you focus on bringing 3. If you focus on bringing 5 and you can each bring 5, of course it's bigger and bigger and bigger. I'll give you an example in a minute. Okay. This is really, really cool. It's really that simple. 3 by 20. And over and above that, you have rank advancement bonuses. The moment you sponsor 3 people, you get $50 over and above. And I'll show you a game plan in a minute. If you bring 7 people, you earn $200. Again, that's just the beginning as this grows. And if you bring in people into your team and they bring people into their team and you may get some spillover, the bottom line here is the moment that the system sees $5,000, not CV, just the money spent, which could be combined with products and so forth, then you get a bonus of $500. And this carries on. Every single benchmark, you see 5, 10, 25. Folks, Tammy and I have built this kind of business for decades. And I'm telling you, it's amazing how fast this accumulates once momentum starts getting, just by sharing this within your social network. So give you an example here. When you reach 10K, 25K, these are extra bonuses that can pay you up to $59,250. This is cumulative. These are bonus based on advancement bonus. But it gets so much better than that, because as you grow your business 3 by 20, these numbers are going to be massive. And Tammy, I've seen that firsthand. It doesn't stop there. You also have a worldwide loyalty bonus pool. As you move up from the 10K to 25K to 50 and up, these are shares that these folks are sharing. Okay. And I don't know what the shares are worth, but it could be quite substantial because obviously there's not as many people that are part of that. It takes 10% of the global CV worldwide. As the company grows and the numbers grows, these numbers will grow. That's what makes it very attractive. Now, this month is a promotion. These are for people like you and I that are getting started, folks. The way this works is it takes 5% of the monthly enroller pool. All it means, it's a pool of money that they're giving to the new people. You get 1 share every time you introduce 3 members to come into the business that comes in with the All Access Pass or products. As you will find now, there's also products available with Xosialx that are equivalent to $99.97, then it brings you another share. Now, this is something they just introduced this past Saturday. That's a promotion to speed up the income as you begin your business by introducing your first 3 and duplicating that. That is so exciting. So they pay that on the following month. Now, let me give you a game plan here as we end. So the game plan is this. You introduce 3 people. You made $30 based on the $10 every time they come in with a 42. Of course, you get the bonus if that's $80. If they came in with the All Access Pass, well, of course, it's 25 instead of 10, so you earn 125. Now, if you, for example, focus on getting your 7, well, what happens is you get $70, right? 7 times 10 plus the 50 plus the 200. You see how this works? If they came with the All Access Pass, of course, it's a bit more. So this is the basic foundation building block that you duplicate within your organization. Now, I want to share something that got me really excited. This is the portion that is very unique to Xosialx NuCalm. This is patent. Nobody can copy this. Let me explain to you what this slide means. Let's say you bring 3 people. You know what happens when you bring a 4th person? They will introduce a position just above it. It's called a clone. It's like you signing up twice in a company. And that position here, the clone, that's 1. There's 20 levels that can go there. And that position also earns. Do you see what I'm saying here? If let's say you bring a 5th person, it creates another clone just above it. A 6th person. Tammy and I started with 14. So we have 12. Do you understand the potential?
Yeah, we got lots of clones now.
This is massive. And don't get overwhelmed with all this information here, folks. I want you to see the vision, the possibilities with a service that people need. Mm-hmm. Equally important is you to get compensated as we move forward. So Tammy, I'm going to pass it over to you here. Back to you.
Yeah. And you can see that the timing is now. With what's going on in the world today, the shift that's happening in our industry, we grew up years, well, 30 years in the industry where, you know, a lot of these companies were wellness supplement companies, right? And with everything that was happening around the world, you cannot go truly global. Having a digital product is the answer. And having a digital product that's health related, that is proven science, I mean, that is a game changer. This company is a game changer, you guys. And I believe that this is going to be our biggest company that we've ever built. And we've never built a lot of companies, but this is the one. And I feel very confident about that because of what they have in store. You know, you can go global. It's like, it's in, they say 100 plus countries. I think it's 123 now. Mm-hmm. And mental health is it's out there. It's on the rise, right? And you can see, here's the country territories. There's nothing greater than building a global business. And when you're sleeping, people are waking up to work. And then when they're sleeping, you're waking up to work. So it's a great team effort of building a global business, and it's great.
Yeah. And this is a great question here, TK, if I may call you TK here, TK Daily 07. Yes, you can pay yearly if you want the NuCalm, and these are options. Get back with the person who invited you here today out of respect. Want to make sure to respect the line of sponsorship based on who invited who, and they will give you the details. And through the person who invited you, we can also set a private session and answer all of these questions. Absolutely. So folks, let's bring it home here. Say, Tammy and I have been in this industry well over 30, 35 years. We've done extremely well for ourselves. We know when we make a decision to partner with a company, we know why we did it. And the fact here is, like I said, we're in our early 60s right now. We don't have another 40 years of testing things out. This is a really good direction. We feel very good about the timing. Is brilliant. We're living in a digital age with a product, as Tammy mentioned, that's been out there for over 40 years. And you know what also kind of blew me away? In Canada, to get things approved, it's extremely difficult. Australia is probably the most difficult country to get anything approved. Canada, I believe, is second. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my experience. And it's approved by the health ministry in Canada. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, huge.
Unbelievable. So there's patent, we have endorsements, we have some very high profile speakers around. Folks, this is a no-brainer. And if you're not happy, just get a refund. But don't sit back and sit on the fence just because you're not sure. Try it out. It is worth it. At least get the app. Get back with the person who invited you here. Get the app. Get started tonight. And then try it. Try it for yourself. It might be exactly what you're looking for. So Tammy and I really want to thank you folks for joining us here. Every Thursdays, we are going to be having a presentation. We really recommend that you take advantage of that. And if you like what you hear, folks, smash that like button. Help us telling the world about it. Help us help you. Just hit the like button, share some comments, some feedback. Tammy and I, this is our very first presentation of Xosialx NuCalm. So we will get better and better and better and better. But the fact here is we really appreciate your feedback. We appreciate you. We want to thank you for taking the time to stopping by. And again, this call is recorded because it is sitting on our YouTube channel, and feel free to share it with anybody you want so they can get a better idea. It's not too long. It's about 40 minutes or so. And again, you could change someone's life in the process. You can create another stream of income for you that could be quite substantial depending on your level of focus on this. Anything else, Tammy, you want to add as we end?
Yeah, just jump in. Honestly, you have absolutely nothing to lose. Like Chris said, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And once you start getting a feel for what this app is doing, you're going to want to be part of this. And I can say it because we didn't tell anybody about it. When we heard about it, we just got the app and we started listening to stuff, and we both kept looking at each other going, oh my God, this stuff's amazing. I feel so good, you know? And like I said, we haven't even seen a lot of it. So we're very, very impressed with this company.
Wonderful. Well, everybody listen, have yourself a wonderful beginning of your day or midday or end of day. And we want to thank you for attending. Every Thursday, same time, we will be providing this information to all of you and your guests. Have a great evening and bye for now.